So today I'm going to talk about Elliott wave theory and how we can use the Elliott wave to actually trade any strategies. So Elliott wave is obviously a very big system. So let me talk about the Elliott wave first. So essentially what Elliott wave tells us is that the market moves in initial impulsive and corrective ways. So if we talk about the initial movement, right? So I'm showing you Grasim on 1 hour time frame. We can see that Grasim started to move from here and it went up all the way till here. And this is where we put number one. So this is called the wave number one, and this is the impulsive wave. So this is called the impulsive wave. So once it is gone for the impulsive wave, then there will be a pullback, which is very similar to Dow theory. So there is a pullback, and this is the second wave, which is called the corrective wave. So this is called the corrective wave, the wave number two, which is the pullback. Again, you'll realize that it went up again, and the third wave is again the impulsive wave. Again, the fourth wave is the corrective wave, and once we get to the fifth wave, that becomes a last wave. So this generally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the initial movement of a stock. Now there are few rules for it to be classified as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or not. The first rule is that the higher high, so wave number 3 is high, basically this high should be more than this, and the fifth high should be more than this, right? So this is the first rule, and obviously this is similar to Dow theory. Similarly, the low here, so low of 4 should be higher than the low of 2. So this is the second rule. The third rule, and very important rule, is that the third wave, so this wave here, this cannot be the shortest wave. So this length of wave cannot be the shortest between 1, 3 and 5. So it has to be it cannot be the shortest. Okay, so this is another rule. And the last rule is that the low of 4 has to be above the high of 1. So this tells us that this stock has upward momentum and it is going up, right? So this is how we understand how the Elliott wave is coming and how it is making. So this is, we have got the 5 waves done. Now next thing is, once you've got the 5 wave, we also get ABC. So let me make ABC now. So generally ABC is this corrective wave that we see here. This is called A, the low is called A. It goes up, comes down, and then goes up again. So we call this A, we call this B. This high here is B, and the low is becoming C. Generally this shows that market is now not able to break the previous swing. Market is not able to break the previous swing, and it gives us a confidence that yes, market can come down really well. The market can come down really well. So once we are in ABC, you actually can figure out that there is this box. So you can make a box like structure here. This is a box here, which is where there is indecision happening, where there is indecision happening, and there is high probability that the market can fall from here. So once it starts to fall, again we can go ahead and create our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, but on the down direction. So again, if we see here, we can say that this is the fall, this is the up, this is the third fall, up, and this, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can create something like this. But as you can see, if we try to create something like this is not the right manner, because if we create like this, so this becomes 1, this becomes 2, this becomes 3, this becomes 4, and this becomes 5. But 4 is higher than 1, right? 4 is higher than 1, but this is not possible in a Elliott wave. So we cannot make this as the first one. We have to make it a little shorter. So probably this one, and we call this the pullback. So this becomes your 1, this becomes your 2, then this entire thing becomes your 3. Now this is working fine, and now this becomes your 5, right? So this is how you can keep creating your Elliott waves, and now after this there should be an ABC and the market should go up. And you can see here that there was another ABC forming here, and then the market again went for 1 2 3 4 5, right? So you will keep noticing that these ABCs and 1 2 3 4 5 will keep happening in a particular stock. But now let's talk about how are we going to actually take an entry. So let me just remove these extra lines. So how are we actually going to take an entry? So once we have got this corrective wave, right? Once we have got the corrective wave, we can take an entry here. This is first entry. This is the first entry, a buying entry on an upward direction. So and we also see like a hammer here. So giving us a good indication that this is the end of the correction. So we can take an entry here. This is the first entry. Let's say you have missed this entry, but you see this number 3. So you see a number 3 here. And now we know that the market has to come down. Market has to come down, and it has to be above this number 1. For it to be a correct Elliott wave. So at about this low, you can go for an entry. And you can keep the stop loss below this one. Why? Because if it comes here anyway, the Elliott wave is not formed. So this becomes your stop loss. So it's a pretty small stop loss of about 10 points only. And again, we can keep holding on to this trade because we know that at least it will break 3 and it should go up, right? So this can be your trade number 1. This can be your trade number 2 with the right stop loss, and you can take an exit somewhere here. Now, once you see your ABCs, now you're pretty certain that yes, market can reverse. So as soon as the low of the C is broken, you can go for a selling trade now. So you can go for a selling trade, and you can keep the stop loss at 5. So you can keep the stop loss at 5. This becomes your stop loss because if this is a correct Elliott wave, it should come down. So this again, you know what is your stop loss, and this is where you can take the sell trade. And again, you can keep trading based on 1 2 3 4 5. So it's a little, I would say it's a little discretionary to figure out what your 1 2 3 4 5 are. But if you're able to figure out the correct wave, then the risk to reward is extremely good in this strategy. So I hope you liked it. Thank you.